Let's get it. That's lit, man.
Say, bro, here we are, man. We in Green Bay. 2025 NFL Draft. Some lives gonna get changed tonight, bro. Talk a little bit about the night you went first round.
Man, I remember it was a lot of emotions. It was a lot of whirlwinds, man. They don't tell you gotta do a lot of media before you go up there. You gotta do media after you get picked too.
Yeah.
But man, it was crazy. I think it was, for me, my family was there, and seeing my family cry, I was like, man, I don't want to cry. That was the biggest thing. I'm like, I cannot cry on TV.
Yeah.
You feel me? But see how proud of my family was. Bob Stoops came up to me when I was in the green room, and he was like, man, I just want to say I'm sorry, and I appreciate you, because we never missed another diamond in the rough again.
Wow.
And I was like, for that, like that meant a lot to me, obviously, with him being in Oklahoma at the time and things like that. So draft night, man, it was a lot of emotions. I wish I didn't have to fly out at 6 a.m. the next morning. I'm like, man, I can't even turn up for real. But it was cool, man.
What are you looking for Green Bay to do in this draft this weekend?
Man, hopefully we get somebody that can come in and be an immediate impact player. You know, somebody that's gonna come in and willing to work, you know, willing to put in that time and willing to step up when they come down to it.
Well, listen, man, you can't start a draft show in Green Bay without one of Green Bay's best.
Yep.
We got some more for y'all.
Let's get it.
Hold up, limitless. Take a stomach, kind pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On the mission, got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Trust, limitless. Take a stomach, kind pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant.
All right, fellas, y'all just heard it, man. It's draft day, dog. Now, we've had some draft day experiences. Last year was super cool. We were posted up at the restaurant. Dan came by. We had people sit in, watch the draft with us, had some picks come by later. It's a different experience, dog. It has to be, Chan, what you think, 250,000 people out here?
Easily 250,000. I said, I ain't seen nothing like this since Coachella.
You never been to Coachella?
This is Green Bay Coachella. I ain't going out in the middle of that goddamn desert with them people. Man, them people crazy out there. I was stay out there for 3 days. But, bro, I did not expect Green Bay, Wisconsin to have the outcome they had. This is amazing. Fans from everywhere. I am taken back by how Lambeau Field looks right now.
Yeah, no, you said Green Bay Coachella. It's the Mecca. This is football Mecca, man. It's only right that the NFL did it this way. I mean, look around. You see a jersey of every team really representing the league as it should be. And I can only imagine this experience for all of the fans that are here. I wish the people on the other side of this camera can be here to experience what they're experiencing. It's go time, man.
Pivot fam, thank you so much for pivoting with us, man. So grateful for all that you guys do to support us. So grateful for all that you guys do to keep our show going, to keep our show popping, to keep our show popular. And we love making content for you. Fellas, listen, I don't know what it's like, dog. I knew headed into the 2002 draft, wasn't nobody finna call this phone in round 1 through 7 and say that, they wasn't finna be like, hey, RC, you wanna be a Giant. But for you both, man, y'all walked into that weekend or went into that weekend expecting to hear your name called. What's that experience like?
You know, for me, the only thing I didn't want to do was go to New York for the draft. Back in the day, I know y'all are probably thinking 30 years ago. Yeah. It's close to 30 years ago. All of the drafts were held in one location, and I didn't want to go there to be embarrassed. But instead, I got an opportunity to be with my family and friends, which was, now looking back, a lot more special than going to New York, being undecided, not knowing what would happen. But I went early. Yeah. And I went early, man. My family and friends, we were able to just barely eat enough hot dogs before they called my name. And it was one of the favorite memories of all time, man. I remember after they called my name, Coach Coughlin said, hey, you ready to be a Jaguar? I wasn't gonna say no, right? And I remember the big hug my grandmother gave me, said, we did it, baby. We did it, and we did do it.
Yeah. And man, that's awesome to hear you say that and talk about your grandmother too, you know.
Yeah.
We lost her and you lost her not long ago, but those are the core memories that keep them close.
Yeah, and that was the one day I said, you know what? I told her I was gonna buy her a house. I never knew how. But after they called my name, I said I can now fulfill this promise, along with the promise I fulfilled years later by also graduating. So she wasn't here to enjoy that, but at least she got an opportunity to enjoy the fruits and labors of being drafted.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Fred. If I had to take a steam train to New York, I wouldn't have went either. 'Cause there was no planes back in 1957.
Hey, there's gonna be horse and carriage, boy, like that show 1863, where people damn near died just trying to get from one spot.
You know, I got
to
my
the
sniper
other spot.
buddies over here. I got my sniper buddies
Fred, you
over.
can't
Don't
take
mess
the
around.
Oregon.
Hey, sometimes it happens like that. Chad was telling a story, and Come My Lady started playing on the radio.
Somebody was jamming. But yeah, Fred, I wouldn't take the Oregon Trail up to New York either. But it's funny, man. The draft was bittersweet to me. And now I look back at it where it just says in the back right there, greatness is on the clock, because we don't know where these kids are going to go. So to me, I was supposed to be a first rounder, All-American, and I didn't go to the third round. Injuries and character issues, I hate that word now, character issue. I know we're going to talk about that with some players. Hate that concept, but it was a good time, and I look back and I should have been excited that Nick Saban called me at 8 o'clock at night. I should have been jacked up. Draft started at 12. I didn't call till 8 p.m. So I should have been excited, but with my concept of myself and not understanding what I had to do and not where I am now. So I look back at that and say it should have been a more joyous time to me, but I was supposed to go first round, went third, and I lost $8 million. So that was the main thing on my mind, lose my $8 million.
I mean, Chan, I think, though, that's the dilemma for a lot of these guys. You think you'll go early, but you truly never know. But what you do know is when Roger Goodell get on that stage, they gonna boo him. And my dog out there riding a bicycle, right? You know why he riding a bicycle? That's exactly what the Packers do when they come to camp.
Yeah.
Right? They get a kid and they ride a bicycle with him. They done brought out Lil Wayne. Listen, I'm always gonna be mad at Wayne for this. He made green and yellow when the Packers were going to the Super Bowl to play us.
Yeah.
Come on, man, what you doing? You a Saints fan anyway, fam.
He the move, baby.
Yeah, what are he doing? You know what I mean? So that always pissed me off. But I will say this, man. I'm excited about this draft. I'm excited to see lives change. This show's gonna be a little different. We're gonna talk some topics that are going on today. We're gonna talk about the draft tonight and also try to just share some nuggets and some wisdom about what these men and young men will embark on as we go. Like, see, like, we expect that, though.
Right.
Like, I mean, my thing is, though, Chan, why the hell they took so long to get the card in?
We knew that a week ago. Give them the card, man.
Hey,
It's crazy.
It wasn't a secret. I mean, look at them. They need a quarterback. Everybody on the world, on the globe, knows they need a quarterback. They said it. I don't understand it either, Chan.
They did not say it. They said they was picking him.
That man.
They said Cam Ward has been informed that he is the #1 pick. Why the hell we been waiting here for 27 minutes?
I tell you this, too. I'm in Miami. I go to all the UM games. That young man can spin that football.
Yeah, he can spin it. He can spin it. I think what's cool about Cam Ward, too, though, this guy had no stars coming out, had to go to a small school, transferred to Washington State, go from Washington State to Miami to get to this point. And the NIL helped him bet on himself. He probably would have been a 3rd, 4th round guy last year. Bets on himself, NIL, now he's the #1 overall pick.
Yeah, and we got an opportunity to see him in person. What he did to our Gators down in the swamp to open the season was ridiculous. So he's definitely going to be a huge asset for the Titans. I don't love it.
Freddie T, you called it, Freddie T. I see you.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Ready to move.
What we got, Freddie T?
The Heisman,
Freddie T,
baby.
what is wrong with Yeah.
What they call Freddie?
Yeah.
Let's go. But I've been saying it for a while, right?
Yeah, you have.
Maybe?
I give you
said,
credit.
no, I've been saying we need to get Travis Hunter. You guys said it wouldn't happen, especially at 5, but moving up to #2 to make it happen is going to happen.
Man, that's cold.
Right now, let's go, baby.
Duval.
We said it on the show.
Duval.
Remember on our show when we had Travis?
Yeah.
I said, hey, you might be down there in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
That was when I thought we were going to finish at around the 2 or the 3 spot. We finished 5, but again, came back full circle. Now they're going to make it happen.
Man,
I can't wait.
Freddie T, you called it, dog.
Phone blowing up.
Jacksonville moving to 2 to get Travis Hunter, dog.
That's a great thing to feel wanted, right? I mean, I think it's just a smart play for the Jaguars. 5, they were kind of being, like anywhere land. They had been talking about Mason Graham, D-tackle. Not sure if they really need him. He's not one of those franchise-changing players at number 5 right there. Travis Hunter makes the best pick right here. They went up. They're going to get there, man. I'm excited for him. And I'm excited for the franchise.
On both sides. I was just going to say that too, Freddie. For Travis to know that I want you, I'm going to give up equity to come get you at 2. And also for the Jaguars to evaluate him and bring the man back to back to Florida and say, I need this guy on my team to turn the organization around. Give credit where credit's due. You've been talking about this for a couple weeks, brother. I got to give you credit.
Yes, sir.
But this is the thing, right? You get a new GM in Jacksonville that comes from the Rams. What did the Rams do to win a championship? The Rams made trades, right? The Rams went out and said, okay, we're not going to sit around and wait for somebody to become great. We're not going to wait for someone to develop. We're going to get a player, somebody that has the talent to take us to that next level. But they also had times where you drafted Aaron Donald and you allowed him to progress. You go get this dude in your first year, you making a statement that we ain't sitting around for it. And like, to me, that's what you got to do in this draft, because Fred, we all talked about it. This draft ain't special.
Right.
Right? Like, how you win at 9 and were an organizational changer, we don't know if we're going to have those dudes 9 for the rest of the draft. And so to me, when you're Jacksonville, you got a need on defense. He could fill that need. You got a need for a pass catcher. He could fill that need. And I think what happened to Cleveland was they looked at him, because this is my opinion. If he don't play both sides of the ball, you don't get all the value out of him. No. And they were saying he's going to be primarily a wide receiver. Why? Because you got Ward, you got Newsome, you got Emerson. This is the perfect spot for that boy, man, to go and really, really be the face of a franchise, to me, even more than Trevor Lawrence is right now.
You know, when you look at it, man, Jacksonville, we've drafted high in several drafts. And a lot of those guys hadn't panned out. I mean, over the history of the Jaguars organization. But I think this is a pick, is as solid as they come. He's going to play from day one on the other side of Tyson Campbell. And then on offense, I believe they're going to find a way to fit him in there on a lot of different scheme-type situations right alongside one of your boys and Brian Thomas Jr. So I'm excited for everybody in Duval as much as I am for Travis Hunter and his family.
It was a knock pre-draft what side he's going to play on. Is he going to decide to play? That story that came out, he said, if I can't play both sides, I'm not playing football. All that negativity, it's a positive for Jacksonville. He can be the opposite of Tyson Campbell and also on the other side of Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a positive now that he was an organization that has it set up, and hopefully Trevor Lawrence can get back on track and utilize the weapons that he has.
No, I think this is dope. And honestly, it's really like legendary stuff that just happened for Travis Hunter. Like, and I don't know what his health will be like. I don't know what this young man will be in the league. But when you think about the trajectory of the journey to get here, you go from, you're the number 1 player in the country, you trust Prime enough to go to Jackson State. And when he leaves there, you don't say, hey, I'm going to go to one of these other schools that recruited me. I'll go to Colorado that only won 1 game. Because I believe so much in what you're doing. I believe so much in me. I believe I can be that two-way player. You win the Heisman, and then coming into this draft, we get that quarterbacks are different. But that dude, a team just said, we're at 5, and we can get a good player at 5. But bump that. We want a transcendent player. And for them to move up, bro, and trade for that dude, a spot in Florida that he's comfortable with, that he knows, man, I think that's amazing. And it is one of those times, dog, where good things happen for good people.
Yeah.
Because he really is a solid young cat.
Right.
And so I'm happy to see that.
Yeah. What I love the most, it's a small market. He can take his fandom down to that small market and just become a superstar. So, again, man, Jacksonville, y'all did good.
Freddie, what's Duval's name? Y'all new coach?
Liam Cohen.
He's a young, innovative play caller. He gonna be able to utilize Travis like he needs to be.
They're gonna make a lot of good stuff happen. Is it official?
Come out there.
Make it official, baby.
Whoa! That is crazy, dog. That's awesome.
Good move, guys. Good move.
Freddie T, when Jayville ever act like this, dog?
Never. I mean, that was a strong move. That sent shockwave and a message throughout the NFL. And I hope they can match that energy during the season, man. But, boy, I kind of figured it could happen, just didn't know if it actually would happen. But I'm still here, sort of at a loss for words in a sense. But that was strong, bro.
Freddie, is this a new regime right now? Because we know we're turning things over. You just said when it happened, you were like, I don't think JB done jumped up like this before.
Look,
is this the new regime, I guess, modernizing what they do in Jacksonville?
What they said they were going to do is go for it. They said they weren't going to hold back. You know, I was on the phone a little bit earlier. You know what I mean?
You called your insiders?
We were on the phone a little bit, and I kind of put it out there, but I couldn't give up my source. But yeah, they say they're going to be aggressive, and they were going to make the necessary moves to try to change and shake up everything. And that's what you need. You need some guys in there that are going to make those tough decisions, and they're going to be either career builders or career losers. And I think this move right here can be one of those career builders.
This is a shakeup because the 3 names on the list of guys that play receiver and corner in the NFL is who? Champ Bailey, Deion Sanders, and Antonio Cromartie. Those are 3 great players.
Those are the 3 that ever started. Woodson played a little offense too. Troy Brown played in New England. I think what's really cool though is James Gladstone is a young cat that took over as the GM, and to make a move like this is huge. The thing that stood out to me though is Travis Hunter's father is here. You know, he had to get permission in order to leave and in order to be here to support his son. He didn't get an opportunity to go to the Heisman presentation, and Travis Hunter spoke about that. Travis Hunter said, you know, but Pops, you're with me. And I know it was a lot of speculation of why isn't he there? What is their relationship like? And for him to get an opportunity to put hands on his son and hug his son as he got what he earned. He got what he deserved to be the 2nd overall pick. And another thing that I love, man, is that kid's exuberance for that moment, right? His excitement to be the number 2 overall pick. I think there's so much like criticism and critique that you could receive throughout this process that he, you know, the scrutiny he was under even in his personal life while at Colorado, man, to have that much joy about something that you work for, to have that much joy about something that's gonna change your life, gonna change your family's life. Nah, he said they still gonna have to work though, Freddie T. You remember he told us that now. He said, if I give you all of mine, then we all ain't got nothing. But I just think it's awesome that his father got to see him, that his mother was here, and that family got to share that experience.
And I think a lot of people, when things like that happen, I've told a story where me and my father weren't talking when I got drafted. He wasn't at my draft party. He wasn't in Gainesville when I got drafted. And going to the Dolphins, I don't know if it was God or any, you know, whatever, Nat Moore was the one that reconnected me and Randy. And now me and Randy are, you know, thick as thieves. That's my dude. So they wouldn't always say it's about the money or the financial side of the family getting back together. But this opportunity, that young man's hard work got his dad an opportunity to come out here and see him in one of the most crucial moments. And I think it's beautiful that they got that family together. And another thing is that nuclear black family is a beautiful thing to see. And I think it's something moving forward that people should appreciate, respect, and continue.
Yeah, like what people don't always understand is the sacrifice that families put in together along your journey. You know, people talk about Jaden Daniels' mom a lot of the time. They don't understand the work and the sacrifice and the day she had to take off from work to get him to Little League, to get him to school, all that stuff that encompasses sacrifice, right? To be able to have Travis's dad here, that's a special moment for his father. But it's an even more special moment for Travis. I even talked about it on the Open. I didn't make it to New York for the draft, but I was with my family. And the theme is family, right? Like, that's who you want to be able to embrace on a day like this. Even though you didn't get drafted, bro, and this isn't a joke, you were with your family.
No doubt.
Right? And
No
just
doubt.
to be able to enjoy these moments, even in the midst of maybe one of the I don't know whether you were disappointed or not, but again, you were with your
my people, though. Yeah.
And that's what it's about. So thankfully to the legal system that made way and made it possible for him to be here, made Travis's dream come true on top of a dream coming true to have his old boy by his side. I thought was an amazing thing to witness.
Nah, man, I thought it was super cool. You know, like even like for all of these young men who are here, it is a family accomplishment. Like you said, the things that they sacrificed themselves, but also the way that people gathered and supported them in order for them to get here. And that's what the draft is a celebration of, for sure.
Like the little tux. It's that plum and black. We got RC.
You see he got the A on his joint though, huh? You see he got the A on his joint?
Man, somebody go out to school him.
Hey, y'all, I'm just finna say something, and y'all can say whatever y'all want, but you saw Ashton Genty had his logo on his lapel, though. I'm not saying, but I'm kinda saying that it was a lot of hating going on at one point, and now I'm starting to see it a lot.
So you're a trendsetter.
Duh!
You changing the game.
Duh!
Ain't nobody else ever had their initials on their collar.
I'm sure somebody did.
Right now, you're saying that Ashton has the best suit so far?
Oh yeah, for sure. The tuxedo joint, the what was it? Not the pastel, but the paisley, because it was a paisley
Yep.
print on the coat.
The black hair.
With the
lapel.
Ashton.
Yep.
That was cool. And shoot, I mean, there's a lot of people that's well dressed that's watching this. So I think Shannon Sharpe over there. I think Shannon Sharpe is over there working, Channing, because him and Chad doing nightcap from the draft.
Oh, I thought you were talking about in the tent or somewhere. I didn't know.
In the
I
tent
didn't know
doing
what,
what?
I didn't know what he was doing. I've heard so much about him. A lot of people out here. I don't know if he grabbed something. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's
We outside, and we live. Lakers in 5. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. Lakers in 5. It's chilly outside.
I think it's wild. Like we always have to say, I want to see all the information come out, but there's a lot of information that came out about it, and I don't know what the hell is going on, why the hell he would decide to do what he was doing. And I think it's crazy for a 50-year-old to be messing with a 19-year-old. Off bat. Information come out, I need clarity, but 50 and 19, I ain't with that.
It's cold outside, Lakers in 5.
he's a colleague of mine, somebody I talk to. He's gotten on the phone with me recently, like to try to just give me advice about certain things that were going on. I can say this, I hate the entire thing for him. If he is being accused of things, if there are charges that have been put on him that are things that he hasn't done, I do feel bad that he's going through that publicly. And I think like in any situation like this, if those are things that you have done, I believe that you should receive the punishment that actions like that deserve. But as you said, Chan, we don't know, right? There's so much information coming out from both sides. I think the court of public opinion is already gonna make their decision. And then you're gonna have the people that talk about whether it's a young man and an older woman, or in this case, a much older man and a much younger woman, what that means to them, right? They're gonna talk about.
That's not illegal.
Right, exactly.
It just, like I said, it makes me feel
Exactly.
funny.
Right. They're gonna talk about their preference.
And I wasn't gonna really try to come. I was trying to stay away from it all and let it kind of sort itself out. The aesthetics, the way it looked, right? That part of it, even though it's legal, obviously the gap in age, that's one of the big things that's kind of floating around everywhere. And it's not a good look in the sense that, the sound bites and the text messages. I mean, freaky is freaky, and that's fine. Do your thing. But the way the stuff is chopped up and edited or however that is unfolding, it's just not a good look. And you question whether his reputation is taking a hit, but can he bounce back from it? Even if he's not found guilty of stuff, and we'll find that out down the road, from a reputation standpoint, with a lot of people that love Shannon, that trust him and believe in his show and everything he's doing, will he be able to bounce back in the public eye? So, I don't know, bro.
And being at the draft, because I know these facts for sure, being at the draft with these young men coming out about to make a lot of money, about to be public figures, know who you're dealing with. Because this was a young lady that was an OnlyFans model. She makes money off monetizing videos and audio and different things of that nature. Know that what she does, know how she moves, and be smart with it. So just for a lesson for these guys getting drafted tonight, they're about to be figures of cities and have a lot of money. Really look into who you messing with. It's not just, oh, she's pretty, or oh, she's freaky, or oh, whatever. You got to really look at the whole totality of the picture and everything that's going on with it. And I think Unc messed up on that standpoint as well.
Great point, man. I love a serious Channing. I love when you preach.
I got a daughter, man. And so that age gap thing gets me, but it's really for Unc too. Because like, he's in the same place. Y'all work for the same, worked, I don't know how it's going on, but we're in the same media market and he's good at his job. But now you have to, now the person, the art and the artist, whatever you want to say, either way, and the artist, now I'm looking at the artist funny. Even though I said I need more actual facts legally, I'm looking at the artist funny.
Like, I feel all of that stuff, man, and I think to whom much is given, much is required, right? And once you've reached a certain stature, it's like the old folks always used to tell you, boy, don't let that money go to your head, right? And now, a lot of times, people just are who they are. And you're looking at Shannon, his brand has never really been anything that said he might not be into some of the things that we're learning, right? You could go back to the IG Live, or you could listen to some of the things that he promotes as sponsors of his show, or just certain ways he talks about women during nightcap or whatever it is, right? Like, Unc ain't never hid that. And that's not illegal, though, right? And like I say, people are gonna feel how they feel about the age gap and what that means to them, right? My preference isn't that. If I have, and I do have a 20-year-old daughter, my preference for her, my advice to her, the things that I will and will not be comfortable with for her aren't that, right? I wouldn't be comfortable with my daughter, who is 20, dating someone his age, but that's also not illegal. When you start getting tied into some of the things he is being charged with, accused with, or has allegedly done, no man wants to be associated with those things that's not his intent and that's not his heart. And so my biggest thing for him is, if these aren't actions that are of him, I hope that he's cleared of them. Right. And then for the young lady, if these are things that has happened to her, you hope that she's able to process that and in some way feel like she has been not only compensated, but that she has sought and found the justice that she's looking for. But it's like you said, period. It's just a bad look. Whether it's the text messages, whether it's the voice messages, whatever it is, it's a bad look. And it's a testimony for these young men who are getting their name called tonight to keep your nose clean, watch your front, watch your back, and surround you with people who truly support you. That's your family, that's your friends, that's the woman or significant other you choose. Because those people, a lot of times, will bring you down more than you'll bring yourself down. And I think that's what we're kind of witnessing here. A man who's at the height, talking about getting a $100 million deal, and now you're dealing with this. It's about decision making, bro.
That's what it is.
Boo! Boo! They picked a guy from Michigan? Yo, what are y'all doing?
It's cold as hell. Y'all are crazy. Bro,
what are you doing? They say they got a bear sweater for you over
man,
there.
I wear any team now, man. It's freaking freezing out here, man. Y'all just acting like this is normal weather.
And it's April. It's
man,
only April.
The hell with this. Frozen tundra my ass. I gotta go.
Hey, Chan, you know what you need, though? You need a big girl on top of you like some of these draft picks. Hey, man, we ain't had none of those moments, dog. Like, we ain't had a CD when he wanted to hand the guy Scoop the bat phone from the girl. We ain't get the Russell Wilson old lady in the back. Remember her mouth was this wide? And she was like, we made it. Lies, bitch. This man finna have one of the most famous celebrity marriages ever, and it ain't you. Or when Isaiah Wilson Mama P, remember that girl? She was trying to hug Isaiah Wilson, and she tried to get her one underhook, and she couldn't get her up. She wasn't Lil, and so she caught her with another one. This is not your moment.
They should have drafted Isaiah Wilson's mom. She got a lock on her. Yeah, man. I had a situation, we'll call it. It wasn't no chance in the hell I was about to let my girlfriend come on the draft with me. That's a girlfriend. You ain't married. And then with Russ, I would have upgraded, as y'all see my wife now, so it ain't no, bro, I think these dudes waste their time bringing them little girls on that show. It's embarrassing for the little girls. I would never do it, but I wish I had one. I wish I'd have done it so I'd have had me a good meme to talk about.
Freddie T, you had your little spook at the party?
Nah, I was solo dolo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was solo dolo, man. No, my girlfriend wasn't, she wasn't around. She was doing nursing school at the time. Yeah, so she was busy. I was with my family. We talked about that already.
Yeah, but Freddie T, if you have a real girlfriend at the time, why can't she come to the draft party?
You know, that wasn't discussed then, and we're not gonna discuss it now.
I get it, man. When at the draft that I wasn't drafted in, like I always say, man, that Saturday was Jordan's first birthday party. So I was there doing that. I was there being a freaking dad. I knew nobody wasn't calling the phone that day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then the next day, man, I just kicked it with my family. But I do think about that because you just think about like who you want at the most important moments. But I also think about, not for everybody, but in how many of those relationships you're so wrapped up in it at the time that you believe it's gonna last. And maybe only one of y'all believe it. Maybe it's just the girlfriend that's there, and maybe that's why she's so happy, because at 21, she thinks that this is her forever and that you're gonna be her husband, and you just don't know that you ain't. You know what I'm saying? But for the guy, he's like, oh my goodness, right now, I love her too.
Right.
I brought her to everything. She's been at every game. Like, I need to have her here for this. I wonder how many dudes now look back on that moment and say, I wish I'd have been by myself, or I wish I just would have been with my mother, or how many young women who have now moved on into successful relationships with guys who are there forever, with people who they started a family with, and they like, damn, I wish I wasn't on that video, or I wish I wasn't that mean. I mean, we all got a past, just all our past ain't on video unless we unk. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't do that no more. No, don't do that no more. Stop it. I can speak for the dudes. I know the dudes. Like even Russ. Russ had to upgrade. That girl wasn't gonna make it. Like,
but Russ married that woman though.
And then upgraded.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But I think for the dudes, they gotta know, like it's a bigger time, but you're a child. You're a child and you think that's, you don't know what, I heard something recently, like knowledge, the most knowledgeable people know that they don't know anything.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't know, them young boys don't know. They think in their life right now, 21, 20-year-old life, 23-year-old life, that's life. That's really not life. And we can say it now at 40,
100%.
40 and 60-year-olds.
Yeah.
I'm not even paying attention to you.
But no, we can say it right now, but at that moment, to your point, the most important people around you are what they are to you.
Yeah, at that time.
I don't know if you can move on from that or try to have a lesson with that, because at that time, that girlfriend's been there. That girlfriend's been around. So I don't think it's a lesson to it. I think when you move forward, you look back on it, like all the situations you brought up, you laugh. Even the girls, like everybody you might have a boyfriend that works at the Winn-Dixie. This boyfriend got you on national TV. It's probably more advantageous for you to be on national TV than the one that works at Winn-Dixie. So you're gonna deal with anybody anyway. When life throws you stuff, you deal with it and you move on. I don't think any of those 3 girls that are now with or without that guy in the draft day, their life was changed at all by it.
It's much like the teams and the GMs. You go into it thinking it's gonna work, and you hope it works and hope it's gonna last. And a lot of these draft picks don't last. They go up there, you gotta pull the trigger and you think this is gonna be the one for me, for us. And that shit don't work out. And when you're making these decisions at 19, and then these girls are coming along to 20 and 21, that's that young love, that puppy love. And I root for them, But having seen it and now being able to witness from the other side, you say, you know what, it just doesn't work out.
But honestly,
man.
though, but isn't it much like Jay Shetty said to us? It's like it's collecting lessons, it's collecting pieces, it's collecting things, it's collecting experiences. Because at that time, whoever we were, like I think back to being 21, 22 years old, I was living as fully as I could then.
Yeah.
Right? And if you were with me, if I was bringing you places, if you were with my family, that was the place you held in my life.
Yeah.
The fact that it doesn't work doesn't make that time in my life wrong. Right? I don't look back on that and like, I shouldn't have been with that person, I made a mistake, because without those things, you don't get to be what you are now. And whether they're funny, whether they're shameful, whether they're embarrassing, whether they're greats, like that's all memories. And I think so many times people get to this point, they're like, man, I should have never talked to you, or I should have never been around you. You don't know what lesson from that will change your life later. Man, I heard something recently. I was listening to a sermon, and the sermon said, when God tests you, he's asking you to recall a lesson he's already taught you. And that lesson is what's gonna get you through that test. You know what I'm saying? So like, I always hated a loss ain't a loss, it's a lesson, because that's not true if your dumb ass don't learn nothing.
Yeah.
Right? But if you do, and now when you're dealing with Asia or when you're dealing with your kids, you find a way to say, damn, I remember this experience.
Right.
And from this experience, I can handle this differently.
Yeah, and talking about draft night, I know we get excited when dudes say, I've never told this story before. I actually haven't. But you said something about being embarrassed on draft night. I didn't have no girl with me, you know, jumping on me. I bring the picture, I get the picture, we can show it. I get drafted at 8 p.m. to the Miami Dolphins. I'm in Gainesville. Everybody in Gainesville loves football. They know I'm in the draft. I was the highest drafted Gator that year. We went out that night. We went to the Palace, went downtown, we went out drinking, ate at Hooters, went out, you know, I'm running them streets. I took a Sharpie and made a white, because that was when big white tees was in. I had on a red A hat, I believe, a white tee, and with a Sharpie, I wrote, I love the Miami Dolphins on it. For drafting me with a Sharpie and wore it to the club. I knew what was gonna come of that.
Right.
Because if a girl watched the draft, she knew it was me. If she didn't watch the draft,
she knew it's me.
She knew it's me. So I could capitalize on that one night to go in and grab me something. And I would say I was 100% successful on draft night at the Palace in Gainesville. So I'm embarrassed by that as a 42-year-old man. 20-year-old Channing, I thought that was a great idea.
You
and
efficient.
It was.
And I would say mission accomplished.
Hey, all I want to know is, did you have to pull some rubbers out your sock?
I did. No.
Did you bring out the Durex sock rubbers?
My mom was staying in my master bedroom in my apartment. I had to stay in the guest room with the PlayStation. But I always had rubbers in all the rooms just because, like I told y'all before. Coochie might just fall in your lap.
Might pop off.
So I had some with the PlayStation in the PlayStation cartridge drawer. So.
Question.
What's her name?
Ming.
I know her name.
Don't say her name. But here's my question. Did you take off, I love the Miami Dolphins for drafting me shirt when you got down to business, when the coochie popped off?
I let her wear it home.
She wore a fake shirt home. She wore a fake shirt. Hey, the fact that she wore a fake shirt home, dog. I love it.
Yeah, she had a t-shirt and her panties on.
That's a true story. Man, listen.
Boy.
That was good. Let's go watch the draft, man. Here it is, guys. And with the 21st pick of the 2025 draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers take Shedeur Sanders, University of Colorado.
That's the best bet.
We gonna see.
They don't need 5 minutes. Put the card in.
Hey, the Bears threw me a curveball earlier. They might throw you a curveball now.
Maybe.
Put the card in. Where Mike at? Where Mike T at?
I don't even see him in there.
Mike done went to the house. He said, man, y'all do what y'all want to do.
I see Art.
Who in the back with the chain on, with the rosary?
Ike. I know you see my dog Ike back there, though. You see my dog Ike in the back?
Ike back there clean.
You see my dog? A lot of smiles. I don't see no phones being picked up, though.
Check us in.
Also, too, you don't know when this was.
Yeah.
Right? You don't know when this was. Why does this guy have on so many chains?
He holds Shedeur's chain.
He had on 4 chains.
I'm
Golly.
gonna put your chains on till you get drafted. They're your chains, but I'm keeping them at my house.
You think they tell him, hey, don't let on that you're about to get picked? Here's the thing. You know Gilly can't act, so. He ain't pick up no phone either, though.
Who, that's Jackson Dart?
What do you think, RC?
We huddling up.
Oh, this feels good, though.
I know.
Keep us warm, right?
Tight on.
What we got? What
Come
you
on,
think,
Goodell.
RC?
Come on, Roger. Get the card, Roger. Get the card.
What they gonna do?
What you saying, Mel?
Mel don't know what's going on.
What you saying, Mel?
Uh-oh, look at
Come on, Roger. Come on, Roger.
it. Come on, Brian. Lil Brian.
We're gonna be able to hear it from over there.
Lil Brian.
Stop playing the music.
DT.
What the hell?
What the helly? What the helly? Hey, come on, you defense, Pittsburgh. Come on now.
I mean, Dewey, he's a good
Man, he gonna
player.
dominate.
Mason Rudolph? Mason Rudolph?
He got better. He's all right. He's progressing.
He went to Tennessee and got worse. You know what we're gonna do? Oh, let's wait for Aaron. Wait for Aaron to make a decision.
Listen, Aaron gonna call. Aaron, give him a call.
we
Give him a call.
let Aaron Rodgers hold us hostage like we are 4. We the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're supposed to be acting like a 10.
You got Derek
We acting
Harmon
like
now.
a 4,
You got
like we
Derek
hold
Harmon
up.
He can't even believe he was drafted.
He thought they was gonna draft Shedeur. Even he thought it.
That's a hellified front, though.
Look at that
He
defense.
really is a good player.
Look at that
You know what?
DT
Hey.
next to Cam Hayward.
They better play like the 2008 Steelers, because we ain't gonna score with 6 damn points.
They can come back up,
Mason
though.
gonna get him going.
You still got Dart. You still got Shedeur. They can come back up.
Yeah.
Ah. They can come back up.
I hope he comes back here. I hope he comes back here. Hey, what do you guys want? Trey?
White green.
Okay, Trey back.
White green.
I think Will Johnson's gonna be the pick. I think Will. I mean, if you trade back, if you get another second, I think Matthew Golden.
Wanted it Buka, but
Yeah, he's a good player. Bro, look at the people out there, dog. Bro, that's crazy. You said,
pick yet. Don't pick yet.
why do they shake hands every time? Like, how do you even know the pick is good?
Way to go, guys. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, hey, nice, dog.
Good job,
Nice,
bro.
dog.
Way to
For
go,
sure.
bro.
Like, you made a pick. Like, you gotta pick somebody. You ain't accomplished nothing.
It's like that girlfriend conversation, RC.
Yeah, dog.
We got
You
the
don't
one.
know.
I got her.
Matthew Golden.
Real Johnson.
Matthew Golden. Told you! I told you! This is what I do! That's what I do! I told you!
Go, Pack, go! Go, Pack, go!
I love it. I love it.
Go, Pack, go!
Jackson Dart not on the phone, right? Oh, she's smiling. Oh, no. But see, they could have pulled an early picture, though.
Yeah.
That might not be. They taking pictures. They just taking pictures right now.
This is good now.
All right, call it. They going Jackson Dart or Shedeur Sanders?
Nah, they're going Jackson. I wanted to be Shedeur, man, but
What you think?
Freddie told me in the car Jackson's going before Shedeur. I can't believe it. Shedeur Sanders can play ball, man.
Bro,
yeah, he can play.
Bro, all I've heard today and yesterday was that the Giants love Jackson Dart. That Jackson Dart, after all of the things that they did, all the extra interviews, all the extra workouts, they settled on Jackson Dart.
So y'all got Jackson.
It's a coin toss. It's a coin toss.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna
It
go.
can't be a coin toss. RC said he heard
Okay,
some.
I'm gonna go. Y'all two going Jackson.
I'm going Shedeur.
I'm going Shedeur. I'm gonna say they've been putting up smoke screens, and they gonna pick Shedeur.
So that they can trade back
Yep.
to go get Shedeur like they're doing
I
right.
think from an ability standpoint, it's a coin toss. But my mind is telling me it's going to be Jackson Dart.
Okay.
Yeah?
It's definitely a quarterback.
Gotta be. Yeah.
You know, I hadn't been gambling well a lot lately. Now, I hope I'm wrong.
The bets
I
ain't
hope
been
I'm wrong.
betting,
My bet ain't been bet.
Freddie, you called Travis Hunter?
I called Travis.
You called Travis?
They called Freddie.
But I can also make a few calls. You know what I'm saying?
They called Fred.
Y'all saw
about
Pac-Man on the
Travis.
show talking about he called his sources
Yeah.
in Jacksonville. I say that man just stirring up the pot, just to say something. Listen,
Hey, your source don't have to be named.
Shedeur gonna go first round.
Texas got a second round pick, so they got 34. That's a good haul. That's
Yeah,
a
they
good
can
haul.
get
Threes
busy.
and a two.
Yeah, because you essentially almost got a 1 in
Yeah,
34,
yeah.
a late 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you don't
That's
have
what
to
I'm
pay
saying.
on them guaranteed
Yeah.
money.
And now you got, yeah, that's a late 1,
I don't
bro.
know. He done put his chain on.
We
I
gonna
don't,
get some
think,
tea.
I don't think nobody gonna boo though, because number Packer fans.
And they going home right now.
They all go home now.
I mean, they got their pick.
He's really,
Pop breathing hard.
yeah, I
Dad
don't
breathing
know.
hard. Dad's breathing hard.
Nobody called the phone. We don't know when this is.
And his hands shaking.
I don't like football.
He going. He going.
Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart.
Jackson freaking Dart. I heard it. It is. They said it though. They were saying
Hey,
leading
Shannon.
up to this
Shannon.
that it was. That they were saying it.
You gotta flick your wrist
They
like
said it, man.
how you throw those
That's
darts.
crazy, man. Good for him though.
Great for Jackson.
Good for him, man. He did what he was supposed to do.
There ain't no hating at all.
Yeah, he put himself there. Good for him, man. The kid can throw the ball.
He can sling
They
it.
settled on him.
And guess what? He don't really have to change colors.
No.
Oh, Ole Miss is there.
Oh, you know what? The last Ole Miss quarterback to play in New York was one Eli Manning.
Yes.
All right, bro. At 21, the Steelers went defensive tackle. Cool. Still got time. Then the Giants, who we know are only moving up to get a quarterback,
Yep.
get Jackson Dart. By the way, congrats to Jackson Dart. You put yourself in that position to be drafted. But that means no Shedeur Sanders, though, dog.
That's the tough part. And the thing is, the lore that the standing names brought, the lore that it brought with him, and he deserves all the accolades, Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. Everything he got deserves. Jesus said, good comes with the bad, too. Bad comes with the good. Like, he has to deal with this now. He has to go through this. Him and Deion, I saw him in the green room, whatever they are, watching the draft. And that's a part of it. He's still, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, he is going to be a great starting quarterback in this league. It doesn't matter where it starts or where it finishes, but I was surprised because y'all both said Jackson Dart to the Giants. I thought it would be Shedeur, and it was Jackson Dart. No knock against Jackson Dart, but I've seen the hue of the last 5 quarterbacks the Giants have taken, going back to Phil Simms, going back to Eli,
It is all the quarterbacks.
going back to Daniel Jones. I've seen the hue of the Giants quarterback drafts, And I just had to look at it in a different way when they took Jackson Dart.
Yeah, I just think, it's the NFL draft, man. You never know what's going to happen. All these expectations are sometimes set up by the media, then it gets twisted at the very last minute. Shedeur's going to have to overcome this little early onset of adversity. I think he's going to be totally fine. As long as he gets an opportunity to go out there and live out or fulfill his dream, that's where it starts, right? No matter where you start, he's an NFL quarterback. He still has an opportunity to get out there, help a team win, help, create his own legacy, right? And say, look, looking back, it didn't start how I wanted it to start, but now I have the opportunity to walk in my own footsteps, right? So he can be a $200 million guy someday. It's gonna take a lot of work. Starting tonight, I don't believe he'll be a first rounder unless somebody comes up and do something drastic here in the last couple picks. But it seems that he's not gonna be a first rounder. He has the great person in his corner to kind of coach him through this. Prime is gonna get him through this, and I think he's gonna be fine.
You're only worth what people are willing to give you or spend on you.
Every time.
No matter what we think about Shedeur Sanders' tape, no matter what Shedeur Sanders thinks about his tape or what he's put on film to this point, they let him know tonight. 32 teams, right? The Giants twice, the Atlanta Falcons twice, let you know we don't need you. And that's okay. That's their right. Like, that's their job. They are staking their job on the names that they call tonight, right? On the person whose phone they hit up and say, hey, man, are you ready to be? Nobody felt that way about Shedeur Sanders, and he has to own that. That doesn't mean he's not a good football player. That doesn't mean he's not talented. That doesn't mean he doesn't have the potential to be great. But what it meant was these 32 teams don't think you were better than the opportunities that they had to pick other people. And you got to wear that. This is his first bit of public football adversity. And I'm not talking about going to Colorado and playing with a bad offensive line and being on a bad team. Because even through that, he was shining, right? Even through that, he was making plays. You got superstars that are there to see you week after week after week. But that's always been attached to your father, too. And I'm not saying he's only gotten things because of that, but you mentioned Deion's guidance. It hasn't been, I'm your father, I'm gonna guide you from afar.
Right.
It's been lockstep every step of the way. This was the first situation Deion Sanders couldn't control.
Yeah. ...
What you gonna do now?
Yes.
How you gonna show up? You supposed to have a chip on your shoulder, but do you show up ready to work? Do you show up with the humility that you gotta show up with now because you're not a first round pick? Do you say, I'm going to prove myself right that I should have been, that I'm as good as Cam Ward or better, that I'm as good as Jackson Dart or better? And what's your attitude while doing it? Everything about Shedeur Sanders pre-draft has been about his personality, been about entitlement, been about being arrogant or not showing humility. Tonight, tomorrow, going forward, that's the time to show humility. That's the time to say, I can't control that, but I can control how I come to work.
So the only other comparison would be Archie to Eli and Peyton. Eli and Peyton came in this league and went and won a job and then went and won Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Archie can't do that. It's gonna be Arch coming up here in a second and trying to have that family name and do it. But that's what I love about this league. They have to do it. So Deion, he's been his coach from Truth Academy, Jackson State, Colorado. Now he has to get in this grown man league with these grown men and prove that he's a starter and prove that he can lead a team to success. And that's what this league's about. He is going to get drafted very soon. I would say second round. And if it's not, it would be crazy. But now, to your point, Shedeur now, I don't say have to go out on his own because I know Deion's gonna be there for him with all the resources he can and the help, the guidance, the leadership that Deion has, Prime has, and we all know him. But now Shedeur has to be that man and maybe, step out a little bit, come from underneath the wing and become the man because this is a performance-based league. If Shedeur goes out there and balls out, he's going to be a starter on the team, and I would bet that he's going to be a starter on the team. Maybe not to start the season, but for the end of the 25 season, Shedeur is going to be leading the team this season.
Yeah, no, I believe that too, but now and this is just my opinion, it's time for Deion to let go a little bit. right? It's time for, if you're saying this about Shedeur, you get to say that now because I'm not his coach anymore. If Shedeur is dealing with this certain level of adversity, yeah, I'm on the phone with him. Yeah, I'm in his room and we're having conversations. But when he goes to work, he has to go to work as a man, right? Shedeur Sanders is going to be leading dudes that were like you in the league, that were like you, that were like me. At the time, you had kids and were married. I had kids and was married. Chan, you was a grown man that said, I can go in the streets every night and I can come in here and work. If I'm thinking that you're not running your life or you're not running your career, don't come sit in front of my locker because I control this.
Yeah.
Right? I control this. I can't have you and your daddy being our leader. I can't have you and your daddy being our quarterback. And I believe the way that Deion has raised Shedeur is ready to do that. The professionalism, the maturity level, the understanding of the noise always being in his ear, Deion dealt with that his whole life. And he's been prepping this young man to deal with it. It's about to be louder than ever, though. You know how many people happy right now, dog? You know how many people are sitting at their house being like, I told you so. I told you he wasn't that good. I told you he was this. What he got to do, man, internalize that and don't fight it with words. Don't fight it with your attitude. Man, go out there and make plays. And when you do that, don't even look at them and say, I proved you wrong. Do that junk and go hug your pops.
Yeah.
Do that junk and go dap off the people that been supporting you. Because they've been lockstep with you all the way. All the people that was in that room. If they ain't the real ones that's supposed to be in that room, get rid of them now, bro.
Yeah.
Get rid of them now. Like, there gonna be some people that turn their back on this young man because some of the shine gonna be off. When the shine go off, if they ain't around, don't let them mother effers back, ever. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just think it's important that Deion just wraps his arm around him tonight and tell him the same things he's been telling him his whole life. Because he's still all them things, bro.
Deion was not preparing Shedeur to be Deion's son. He was preparing Shedeur to be a man.
Yeah, bro.
And I really do believe that. And now, to your point, let Shedeur go and be a man.
Yep.
He's a grown man now, gonna be on the team soon, and let him go run the Shedeur's path and not Deion's son's path.
I think now is the perfect time for that, right? And this will be his biggest lesson in life. You know, that adversity, that humble pie. You know, just because if you look at the kid, everything seems that, although he's earned it, it will look like it was given. You know what I mean, in a sense? Because he's always been here. From high school, he was here. Jackson State, he was here. Colorado, he was here. And that humble pie, everything brought him back down to life, and that's okay, right? So he'll start here. Now he has an opportunity to climb back up and build himself back up. And who knows what's going to happen. So be interesting to see how he lands.
My thing, Chan, I would like to ask you, I wasn't drafted, but just as we give game on this show, as these young men move beyond this weekend, what would be the thing that you would tell them to help them at least seek success as they go forward?
Something we talked about earlier, and you kind of touched on it a second ago, is where I was supposed to be a first rounder, All-American, and then, with injury and with character issues, I slipped. And I hate when I hear guys saying, I'm gonna teach those teams that didn't draft me nothing. Just go and be great. I don't know, I'm not a revenge person. So oh, you passed on me, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Just go grind. Receivers, go chase Jerry Rice. Running backs, go chase Fred Taylor. Go be a Hall of Famer. Quarterback, that's the thing. I never, and I don't know if it's because I walked in the locker room with Junior Seau, Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, that were already Hall of Fame Pro Bowl players, where I'm looking at them every day saying, I need to get on this level. So I had great vets to teach me. But if you're making revenge your motivation, I really don't like revenge being motivation. So I would say, and the other thing too is that we're talking about he has humble pie. He's about to get drafted in the NFL, which is the 1% of the 1%. Don't think second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth round is bad. How many thousands of kids would want to get drafted that are now going to be going back home and trying to work out and see what happens? Don't take your round or your pick and make it a revenge. take it as a blessing, go out there and try to chase greatness. Don't chase revenge on teams that passed on you. I think that's crazy.
Yeah, I think my advice to anybody that just gets an opportunity to move forward, right? Because it doesn't matter if you're drafted in the 1st through 7th, if you're an undrafted free agent, that means somebody's giving you a chance. Don't miss that chance chasing things that look golden but that rust. Because what happens is once you get into the league, you feel like there's a way that you're supposed to live that's important more than there's a way that you're supposed to prepare, right? Because you see all the things that the league can get you. You see cars and you see women and you see chains and you see clothing. And sometimes that starts to be the most important, right? It's like, how do I get those things? Well, you only get those things through the work. And I always had this thought process in my mind. It was 2 things I always said to myself. I always said, I'm gonna walk into every room humble, but I'll bow down to no man. Whether that's a coach, whether that's a player, if I feel something is in the best interest of me, I'm going to believe in that wholeheartedly, right? But I'm never gonna allow my ego, my wants, my desires to outweigh what's the best or what's good for all of us. And the other thing I always said this, I know I belong, but I have to work every day like I'm the only person here that knows that. So every single day, even though I know I'm supposed to be here, I gotta make sure you see it. I gotta make sure you see it. I gotta make sure the coaches see it. And so for these young men, bruh, all I say is be focused on the main thing. Think about how many dudes you grew up with that felt like their name should have been called before yours, or that they should have got a jersey and a helmet before you do. And they didn't because they didn't keep the main thing the main thing. And for me, man, I'm gonna go enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy this weekend. I'm gonna be with my son on Saturday, and whether it's him getting his name called in the late rounds or getting a chance as an undrafted free agent, I know he's gonna have that chance. And I'd be telling him, and I'm gonna tell him the same thing, and that's why I wanted to share it with the boys.
Will you be cool? You gonna be cool for Joe, or you gonna show him you nervous?
Oh no, I actually am cool. Like
you nervous.
No, like the football made me nervous. This doesn't make me nervous because we can't control it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He can control his coverage, he can control his knowledge,
You can control the effort you put into playing. We can't control how they see it.
Correct.
Right? And so to me, it's always like you said, to me, stressing over that is just stressing over something that I have no control over, which means why stress?
Right.
And so for me, man, like I know who he is. I know what he's had to go through to get to this point, not being the tallest, not being the fastest, not being the biggest. And I'm so damn proud of him. And I think I'm with y'all, right? Obviously it won't be first, second round, but it's like, man, you're gonna be on the NFL roster.
Right.
That's an accomplishment. That's something you've earned. And I'm so proud of him for that, dog. And you know, I think if he's disappointed, I'll be, because I just love him, right? And I want him to be happy, but I don't want whatever the outcome of this weekend is to lessen what I believe he's worth and what he's shown he's worth.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you just gotta go prove it.
Yeah, I just want to add to that, man, and say, knowing Joe, having developed a relationship with you over the past several years, I think he has the perfect example.
Appreciate
you know,
it,
your
man.
story, your work ethic, like what you stand for as a man, you're super solid. He has the perfect example,
Man, appreciate it.
regardless of what happens. And we're praying that he goes,
Yeah, for
then he'll
sure.
have one up on you.
I hope he
but,
does.
you know, regardless of however it unfolds, he has the absolute perfect example of what it looks like, what that adversity, and how you can kind of rebuild yourself to become a 13-year Super Bowl champ, undrafted Super Bowl champ. So, hey, Joe, man, we with you. Whatever it is, we riding with you. And we're excited for you at the end of the day, baby.
And great father, great uncle advice. Joe,
Wherever you go, baby, come to Miami. We're gonna slide to our spot. We'll have us a good time. You know we have us a good time in Miami, Joe. I don't care where it is, baby. A flight to Miami is easy to get.
You're not allowed on Las Olas with neither one of them.
Hey, man, thank you for pivoting with us. This is the 2025 NFL Draft Show. It's been a blast. Shout out to our hosts for having us here, man, right by the stadium. The way they took care of us was absolutely amazing and immaculate. We might not be Packers fans, but we for sure right now are Packers people.
Hold up, limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On the mission, got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On the vision, I can trust. Limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up.